Welcome to LifeTalk with Mariette. I am Mariette. This show is about the life lessons that shape us, what I've learned, what I'm still learning, and how we grow through challenge, awareness, and purpose. I will share personal insights to motivate and inspire you, and sometimes invite guests who do the same. At its heart, LifeTalk is about real stories, real growth, and meaningful connection. This is LifeTalk with Mariette. Motivational, inspirational, full of heart. Enjoy the show. Hello and welcome to LifeTalk with Mariette. I'm your host, Mariette Kammerer. You know, I often meet people who are running in 10 different directions. They've got 2 jobs, a side hustle, a committee, maybe a new hobby. And yet, when you really ask them, they'll quietly admit, I don't feel happy with any of it. Why is that? That's why we got the topic, too much on your plate, not enough in your heart. And yes, today we're going to talk about why doing too much can leave us feeling empty and what it takes to feel alive again. So let's get started. Running but going nowhere. Let's start with that. And here's a little story about Susan. She's juggling work, a side business, helping her kids, even taking classes online. From the outside, wow, she's got it all. But inside, she's exhausted. Every night she wonders, I did so much. Why don't I feel proud? Now let's go through this again. What is she doing? She's juggling work, a side business, helping her kids, even taking classes online. Let me say something right now. That's an irritant to me. She's juggling work. Let's just say she has a full-time job. That's 40 hours a week. A side business. What is she doing as a side business? Let's say she's baking. And at some point she's at the farmer's market. Maybe she's doing this once a month. You can't do this weekly on a farmer market and on her schedule. You can't be doing this. It's impossible. Helping her kids, okay, and taking classes online. And right away I say, because I've been self-employed for 41 years and I know how to juggle and everything, but this is all unrelated what she's doing. That means there's a different energy from task to task. That's almost impossible. And I already know, because my mind is trained for switching back and forth, that this is a disaster. She's just doing the movements. That's all she's getting out of it, and she's exhausted. I know why she doesn't feel proud. She's just going through the movements. And it actually makes me mad when people say something like that and people live like that and they think they really got something accomplished. They're just going through the movements. They're empty shell movements. And look how much energy it takes for each category. It's incredible. We got to stop and we got to think about all of that. So it's like being on a treadmill, like a hamster. So I have always been busy, but here's the key. When you take on all these 3, 4 different categories, and we're leaving the kids out because I don't have any children, small children. My daughter is already, an adult. If it's related, if it's all related, it's the same energy throughout. It's okay. It's okay, but there is still an exhaustion, and you can only keep that up for so long. But at least it's all related, so you get something done. You can see you got something done. But this is just going poof. It's just going. It's just, I don't even know what to say to that. Now, and I said that in my previous show, I have to have everything written down on a to-do list. So, and many times there are 10, 15 things. And I'm talking about things that need to be handled. I'm not talking about a grocery list. So, and how good it feels when you cross off each line of this to-do list, whether you needed to transfer money, you needed to uh, talk to your uh, cell phone carrier, all of these important things, uh, when you write them down on a list and you cross them off. And you know what? It actually brings you joy. So, um, I once met someone who admitted she stayed busy so she wouldn't have to sit with her own thoughts. She was afraid of stillness. Yep, this does not apply to me. I love stillness. I do because I reflect a lot. And there are people, yes, and I know some of them in my immediate circle. They're constantly doing this, they're constantly doing that. Where you, oh, they're so exhausted. They're so exhausted. Oh, they're going on a vacation now. Do you think it's a relaxing vacation? No, no, no. It's almost like an adventure type of thing. Oh my God. Just being around them makes me nervous. Just talking about it makes me nervous. I know everybody does what they feel is best for them, but a resting vacation after you're exhausted from work and exhausted from this and constantly go, go, go. And I have to tell you something. We just did a three-series part on Wolf Ring and his world travels with his RV and his partner. Now they're really going. Oh my God. I could not see myself moving like that all the time. So to them, it's normal. They say they enjoy it. So when they're not using their RV, they're on a cruiser. And look, what can I tell you? It has, when I interviewed them, it has become a norm to them, a norm to go, 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 and exploring. To me, that would be a little bit too much because I need downtime to reflect and just to be still, to get new strength again, to fill the reserve tanks, I say it. And if I don't have that downtime, I get very, very antsy and I get pissed. So this is my rhythm. I go, 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 go. I take time to reflect. That doesn't mean I work and then I don't work. I don't mean that. What I'm saying is in between my work, I need to have a few hours to reflect and to just to be still. Very important. So it's like charging the battery. Now, I got to ask you something. Do you ever finish a week and think, I've done everything, but I don't feel I've lived anything? Me personally, no. But I'm asking you as the audience, do you ever finish a week and think, I've done everything, but I don't feel I've lived anything? I don't know how to interpret this. What do you think? What would it feel like if you choose just one thing this week and gave it your whole heart? I never, I never ask myself. And I wonder if you ask yourself or if we just do. I think, and can only tell you from my point of view, everything I do, I give it my whole heart. Otherwise, I'm just dabbling or experimenting. So I never ask myself this. I give my whole heart to everything I do, unless um I'm taking time off and I'm just experimenting. So, but that's different. Now, here's an moving on to a different segment, living for other people. Little story. James became a lawyer because his family told him it was a secure, respected job. And yes, he has the office, the paycheck, the prestige. But when I asked him if he enjoyed it, he shrugged and said, not really. I feel like I'm living someone else's life. That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible to be in that environment and to be totally empty, to be not present. Oh my God, that must hurt. This is how people get sick. When people do and live for others, I don't do that. I had to listen to the to a story, and I said I really don't, I don't understand. Why are people doing this? Because they want to please another person or other people. So I also want to remind you that parents who push their children into careers like doctors, engineer, business owner, without asking what the child actually loves, that's a big no-no. Do you remember some of the older generation? Um, the father and mother had a business, let's say a bakery or a trade bakery, a trade business, shoemaker or butcher or whatever business. And they insisted on that the eldest of the children takes over the business. It was just done that way. And what if the children don't want it? They have no interest. This is just something that's like being in jail. I'm sending you to jail. And I have to continue what my father and mother or both parents did. That's awful. And also the guilt that comes with disappointing people and parents. Why so many of us say yes when our heart screams no. I want everybody to think about that. I want everybody to think what I'm saying here today. You know, we wake up one day and realize uh, we're climbing a ladder leaned against the wrong wall. And a lot of adults secretly carry resentment because they never got to choose their own path. Think about that. I feel for you if we have anybody in our viewership, listenership. I want you to listen to my words. Are you one of those people that went through life like that? Your upbringing and you had to take over, and then you carried on for so many years, and you realizing that you didn't have a say in choosing your own path. I feel very bad. That's horrible. And I hope no matter what age you're at today, that you're going to change that, no matter how small it is. And when you tell yourself, oh, I'm 65 years old now or 70, and I don't want to start a business now. No, do it. There's so many things you can do and start off with a small scale. And be happy to talk to you sometimes about that. Let me ask you this. What's one thing in your life right now that you're doing mainly because someone else expected it? I bet we have a lot of hand raising. And if nobody was watching, if nobody was judging, what would you still choose to do? I can tell you only from my point of view, I would be doing the same thing I'm doing now, maybe with some adjustment, but there's nobody watching me. And I really don't care. I do what I do. And you know what? On my gravestone, I want she did it her way. And it was a hard way, but I did it. I really did it. And I'm glad I did. So here's a little story about Maria. She's always on the go, checking emails while cooking, talking calls, taking calls, not cooking, no, talking, taking calls in the car, scrolling while talking to her kids. At the end of the day, she says, I don't even know what I accomplished. That's the scattered feeling. And I said that in one of the other shows. How can you divide your mind when you're cooking? You take calls. I mean, even in the car, how can you do that? You missed the boat. You don't know how to listen either. When your brain is that divided, it's awful. I don't have to look into your brain. I know how your brain is. It's horrible. So, um, when constant half attention leaves people anxious, impatient, and even irritable with loved ones, this is what happens because of the constant half attention. That's what causes anxiousness, being impatient, and even irritable. Multitasking has become a badge of honor, yet leaves us more tired than ever. Yes, I understand. We talked about that in one of the programs. Small completion feels amazing. Finishing a book, cooking a meal with love, actually finishing a project without interruption. Yes, and that could be maybe cleaning your spice cabinet or cleaning up your closet, and it makes you feel when you put everything back in order, your closet, you open up the doors and it feels nice. I know I feel like that when I do mine. And there is an inner peace that comes when you give yourself permission to focus on just one thing. Try it sometimes. I do it all the time, I have to say. And here's what I like you to think about. When was the last time you finished something all the way and thought, yes, that felt good? I want you to really do this exercise. When was the last time um, you ask yourself, hey, that really felt good? Ask yourself, do it right now. What's the one thing you could complete today and celebrate, even if it's small? What could I do? I don't know right now, but I have still some errands to run. I think I would feel good if I completed them. Here's the thing. Um, I like to not go shopping. So a lot of people say, "Oh, why don't you have the groceries delivered?" And I say, "No, no, no. I need to go into the grocery store and I need to look at everything, even though I have a list with me when I remember bringing it. But I want to physically go into the store. Now, I make a big deal about it. And when I'm out about, I take care of my appointments and then I'm too tired, I tell myself. And even though I could be going right by the store, I say, no, I'm not going in there. I'll do it tomorrow or when. I should just eliminate that. I should just, I hate the grocery shopping and this inner dialogue and fight when I'm going to stop for groceries. So I need to really address that because running errands, I don't like either. So groceries are the big thing. And I think it's just me that makes a big deal. It could be solved one, two, three. I think in a quiet moment, I really need to think about how I'm going to handle that because I hate to run errands. I hate to run it. Physically run errands. Oh, stop at such and such place to return this or to get. Yeah, I needed a lemon press the other day. Mine broke in the middle of cooking. I always use lemon just so I put half a lemon in that lemon press, and where the joint of it came out, and it was like a little metal piece that fell right into the sauce, into the meat, and everything, and it broke apart too. So for days now, oh, I need this lemon press. Need this lemon press. Maybe at the dollar store. I made a big deal about having this lemon press to get it for $1.25. I went food shopping this week, and I got it right at the store where I shopped. So, okay, I paid $6 for the lemon thing, but this is the dialogue we have to with ourselves. Oh, I should really get it over at dollar store. It's $1.25. Soon it won't be. You heard the news about how they all go up. So I don't want to deal with it anymore. But no, I got to have a good talk with myself. So, but that's what happened. So I'm not exempt from any of this. I add anxiety to my own situation too. So I don't like it. I've never said that out aloud, but anyway, let's look at what looks good versus what feels good. Here's a little story. David wanted to keep up with everyone online. He tried podcasts, training, side businesses because it looked exciting, but nothing stuck. Deep down, what he really loved was creating art and having deep conversations. But that didn't look as shiny as what others were doing. I get you, David. So you're a copier. You copy. I don't copy anybody. I may look at something and say, that's a good idea that he or she had, but I'm not copying. On air, 18 years on radio, I have never copied anybody. There are not too many people's style that I admire, just very few people, and they're accomplished people that I say they're sharp. And that's something I would take on. Um, uh, but not just copying. Oh, that's a good. I have my own ideas. I love to execute my ideas and figure out how to really implement them and make it work. So I don't need any of this. So not everybody likes the social media, likes to communicate. I happen to like that because I feel I have a voice and I enjoy it. And other people just post their little, oh, we went to a restaurant, so and so, and here's the hamburger and French fries I ate. That's why I originally never wanted to join because I didn't like the conversation. Why would I post a picture of what I was eating when I went out? Come on. Idiots do that, but a lot of people do it. So, tried podcasts. Do you know how much it takes to do a podcast and to do it like a real show? You got to learn all of that. And a lot of people just sit in front of the microphone plugged in and they start chatting. Baloney. You gotta design everything. You gotta design everything. And you think you can just talk and people are gonna like it? Absolutely not. So side business. And I tell you, I used to be the type of person I would start something but never finish it. For over 35 years, this is not happening. And I don't want anybody in my surroundings that is like that. I recognize the behavior right away. You want to start something, you finish it with me. And that's it. First of all, my services don't come cheap. And when you enter a service contract with me, you go the distance because I'm there right there with you holding your hand. So meaning mentally holding your hand and helping you build the path. And there is no way out. That's that. No, no. We're going the distance. That's it. You're not going to be sidetracked with me. So, and if anybody says anything different, because, you know, have you ever seen when you talk to some of the people that you think you're close to, and you talk to them about, something new you're doing and you're full of joy and excitement. And I want you to check their reaction. I'm not going to say any more. Check their reaction. I do want to say one thing. Check if they're happy for you. You do that. So we don't have to live a picture perfect, exciting life. That even though social media, tricks us that way, um, people look successful on the outside, but it feels empty inside because it doesn't match their values. People trade what feels good for what looks good. A bigger house, a fancier job title, but no joy. I'm all for joy. So, um, here's another thing. I want you to think about the last time you felt truly alive? What were you doing? Think about it and let me know. Oh, don't let me know. Write it down for yourself. Does the life you're showing others, does the life you're showing others match the life you're actually living? This is a good one. I think that's a separate show as well. I'll repeat it. Does the life you're showing others match the life you're actually living? That's very deep. I want to think about this, some more for another show. I bet you anything there are a lot of people that would say, no, I'm doing this job. Let's say it's a hairdresser, let's just say, and I really want to do something different, such as doing gardening, working with plants, designing gardens. Maybe you want to do that, but you're still at your, at your profession. You got to think and ask yourself questions. And then once you're sure, you got to move. Hair will always be in. That's recession proof. People always need their hair cut. That's just the way it is, or they don't cut it. But most people, they have their hair cut. So you always have a side hustle, but pursue what you love, what you want to do. In closing, we live in a world that praises doing more, but sometimes more is just noise. What really matters is doing the things that make your heart feel full. So this week, ask yourself, am I living busy or am I living meaningfully? And thank you for joining me. I'm Mariette Kammerer, and I hope you find that one thing that truly makes you feel alive. So you take care. Till next time.